I don't want to be changed.
It's just paper.
My hoard, it does represent me.
Arthur, it can't be that important because
no?
I've just dug it up from behind the door.
I rather like Megan. Bloody hell, Jerry Halliwell, it's raining men. I need
Arthur,
that. That's
Arthur,
a television.
stop. All right, I'm going to Xtreme Team. Did you do that? Right. Let us help you on.
Oh yes.
Let us help.
In the historic port town of Plymouth, tucked away in a quiet residential area, is 70-year-old Arthur Watson's two-bedroom flat.
I remember thinking, I won't be here for more than 5 years. Well, my life didn't quite go to plan.
Over 3 decades later, he's filled every room with clutter. The bedroom, the lounge, the conservatory, and even the kitchen.
May I point out one feature that you probably think is disgusting? That handprint up there, it's my daughter's right hand. One day I just returned from fishing and she got stuck in and got her hands dirty, and then decided to make a handprint up on the wall with the fish blood. It sort of reminds me of a happy time.
Arthur split from his wife when his daughter was just 2.5. He's lived on his own for more than 20 years.
Friends and family aren't all that keen on visiting me. I've been a bit disappointed. It was my 70th birthday not long ago, and I was hoping that some of them might arrive. I mean, I live alone. My daughter's grown up and I'm married.
Living alone, Arthur's hoard grew. Then his father passed away and things spiralled out of control.
I have been reported, as it were, to the local authority some years ago. But I haven't heard from them for a while, so I'm hoping I have persuaded them that there's no actual danger.
But for Arthur's neighbours, the hoard is an eyesore.
Being part of the neighbourhood for so long, I think you just get to know each other.
Helen has lived in the area all her life.
I think a lot of people tend to try and avoid him because he doesn't seem to think the same way.
To help avoid any more problems, she's paying Arthur a visit.
Arthur has got a little bit of a reputation around the street. I think it's just a general thing that people aren't happy, so a lot of people do judge and they do say that it does need clearing out.
We've got a visitor. Oh, hello.
Hello, Arthur. How are you, my darling?
Oh, not too bad.
All right, I thought I'd pop round for a cup of tea and catch up.
Come in.
Thank you.
I know you've not seen the place for a few years, so be careful. That's all I'm saying. But
Okay.
There's nothing to worry about. It's simply a bit of stuff on the floor. Do come through.
So far, Helen has only seen the state of things outside.
This is most concerning.
She's not been inside the flat for over 15 years.
How can you get to your toilet? And why is there wet newspaper on the floor? Don't like this.
Nope.
Nope, not standing in there.
I would very much value your opinion. This is some rhubarb that I grew in the garden and cooked this morning to make rhubarb jam. So I wondered whether, maybe on a piece
I'm not going to eat it out
No,
of
you don't
that,
have to
though.
eat it. I'm going to eat it anyway because I think it's absolutely yummy.
Oh, I imagine it tastes nice, Arthur, but it needs...
And, well...
Arthur's love of collecting has been something of a lifelong passion.
I don't understand why you got all the paper on the floor.
No, it's a good point, that. You know,
That's...
laziness, I think, probably is the most explanation. I was a collector as a child. So I find things contain memories.
There's
The
nowhere
papers-
to sit.
There is one chair. This is a fine rocking chair. And all I have to do is take the stuff off it and sit down. When I look around at my den and hoard, it does represent me in so many ways. You know, I can pick up an essay that I wrote at school and read it again and reflect. You know, it's all my history. I don't want my history being sort of dumped at the local dump. It has been suggested that I have a mental illness, this hoarding. I mean, that's rubbish. If you think of the number of people who hoard in their garages, in their attics, in their kitchen drawers, they're hoarding, all of them.
So how do you even get into your bed?
It's quite simple. When I want to go to bed, I just take what's on the bed, off the bed, and make a little space so that I can put out my sleeping bag and crawl in it and have a sleep.
And you're quite happy sleeping like that?
Yeah, it's lovely, cosy, a bit like a dormouse, really.
But if Arthur wants to avoid further run-ins with the neighbours, he's got some thinking to do.
It is horrendous compared to what it used to be, and I think it really is time that you made a change.
To a hoarder, their belongings are priceless treasures. Hoarders prize their belongings even when they have no real cash value. They avoid making decisions about what can be thrown away. But today, Arthur has to face up to his hoarding instincts. He's getting a visit from Xtreme cleaners Caz and Tee.
Oh, hello. You're the cleaners coming out of the rain, for goodness sake. Well, I'm sorry, it's a bit of a mess, but you know, I expect you're used to that.
Okay.
This is the main living room,
Right, okay.
but as you can see, living in it isn't that easy.
You've got a daughter. You don't see her at all.
Hardly ever. Always encourage her to come and stay, but for some reason she doesn't.
What do you think the reason is?
It could be this mess, I suppose.
Right. Let us help you, Arthur.
The kitchen, now this is a challenge. You might want to take a deep breath.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh dear. So,
Okay. Right, Arthur,
Yes.
I've got a few concerns.
I bet you have, yes. So what are they?
Well, I'm looking everywhere and the whole flat is full of newspaper or
Oh
clothes.
yes, a lot of newspapers, yes, yes.
But you're a smoker. How have you not caught the place alight? I'm sorry to be
Oh, I see, yeah, you've got a good point. Well, I'm a very careful smoker. I've been smoking for years.
Yeah. With all seriousness, Arthur, you're living in a death trap. It's your life we're talking about.
But this isn't the only cause for concern.
Are you prepared to see the bathroom?
Yes, I'm ready to
This
see
is
the
a chamber of
bathroom.
horrors, this is.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Fine.
Now then, you see that string?
Yeah.
You've got to, first of all, hold the light bulb, which is on the ceiling, and then pull the string. There we go, we got light.
Oh my God.
If I let go of the light bulb, the light will go off.
Arthur.
Yes,
You
Mum.
can't switch your light on like that.
I sound chastised.
Did you not hear the spark when you touched the light bulb? Spark and paper.
I know what you're
Spark
saying.
And paper.
Yes, exactly.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it.
I thought it might go a bit overpowering.
Oh,
Sit down for a
Arthur,
moment.
no.
Have a cup of tea.
No.
I am.
No.
It's clear something needs to be done urgently, but the amount of belongings in the flat are making it almost impossible for Caz and Tee to begin.
So the question is, Arthur,
Yes, Mum.
what are you willing to let go of to
Good
make
question.
space?
Well, the point is, I'm a hoarder. So willing to let go of things is the crux of the problem.
You're all right for the newspapers to go, aren't you?
That's a leading question.
Because I'm going to pick them up regardless.
You're
I
right.
just want to know how you're feeling about that.
Well, I can tell you how I'm feeling about that, you see. Nervous.
Right.
Okay. If he thinks that, you know, this is okay and acceptable, it's not. That's his life. He could die, fall asleep and drop a cigarette, knock something over. That's it. His flat's gone up.
He's quite a charming guy. He's a very charming guy.
We can have a laugh and that joke and that with him, but to be honest, it's not even bloody funny.
I don't intend to make any sacrifices, but I do agree that we're going to have to sort things into what stays and what goes. You know, my prayers are being answered at long last.
Your head looks like a cone, by the way.
Extreme cleaners Caz and Tee are used to dealing with the effects of hoarding.
It's in 2 minutes, and this is going to be clear.
I wonder what they're up to.
But Arthur wants to check every sheet of paper before it's thrown away.
It's just paper.
Oi. It hasn't gone through inspection.
You can see that's just newspaper.
Oh, it's newspaper, right? But
Right.
what newspaper is it?
These are not items you're going to sit down and
No,
reread.
At a casual glance, you're right.
Look at that. You see how that's embedded in the floor?
Right. Now look,
Okay, that's what's
I don't
going
know-
in the bin.
could I just explain my position on this? I mean,
You can explain, but I'm going to get it off the
well, I'd rather you just listened for a moment. It won't take long. You know about archaeological digging,
Yes.
and that's done very carefully with a paintbrush and a trowel.
Right.
Now, imagine yourself doing that here, because
That's what we're doing.
paintbrush and trowel,
That's what
not
we're
a
doing.
ballygrate shovel.
That is what we are doing, Arthur.
I respect that.
I'm
These
agreeing.
are your things, but
Well, yes.
right now,
It's an old
this
newspaper.
is not any use to you.
At this range, I quite agree. I think you can chuck that.
Thank you.
all
Can
right.
we?
But the next handful, I need to have a look at. Truth, that might have been lost forever.
Arthur, listen to me.
Yes.
Even if it was a paper you wanted to keep,
Yes.
it can't be that important because
no.
I've just dug it up from behind the door.
That's where the important ones are. You'll be surprised.
All right, I'm going to strangle him. Do that.
"70-year-old Arthur lives with a jumbled hoard of shredded newspaper and knickknacks that he's refused to get rid of, even when it's meant that family and friends won't visit.
Do we need the front cover of Hello, do you think?
No.
I rather like Megan. Bloody hell, Jerry Halliwell. It's raining men. I need
Arthur,
that. That's a
Arthur,
television.
stop. I need you to work with us here.
Okay.
Because fun and joke aside, this is going to take weeks and weeks.
Ah!
Arthur.
I nearly went to the garage.
I find with hoardism, people cocoon themselves with their hoard, and it's a comfort, and we're ripping that comfort away from that person. So if the clean is too distressing for him, then it might be a case of we have to rethink things.
I had a little rummage, you know me. This is audio tape.
Which is no use to anyone.
It is to me, you see.
For Arthur, his hoard represents precious memories that he doesn't want to lose.
I need that sort of thing kept.
Okay, so you're going to keep it and do
Anything
what
that
with
looks like an audio tape.
What are you going to do?
Even
with
a
that?
pulled and tatty audio tape.
You want it kept.
It's supposed to be kept. I appreciate it may seem difficult to them. They have been, some of them, partly damaged, and any further shoveling with a shovel will completely wreck them. And these tapes, irreplaceable voice letters, my parents' voices. You rip through the papers and you tear up the past.
It's a tape.
It is.
Broken tape.
It may be look broke, but it's still got the messages. Losing my mother at the time I did, I was about 25, I think. We had a phone call from Dad, come home, Mum's not well, and she wasn't, and was dead within about a fortnight. It had cancer. Living in an unhygienic mess is not my style, but the passing of my parents were probably stages on the way, if you see, to the present condition.
I know you want to get the job done, and he's like, oh, I'm going to kind of slow things down. But having said that, he's quite amicable to a certain extent. So I'm going to work with that, if that makes sense.
You know, it's a good cop, bad cop situation.
I know.
Yeah? And I'm always the bad cop,
I know.
Caz decides to take a different approach and work with Arthur on the kitchen.
It's a bloody good idea.
I'll tell you what, can I start with this?
Yes.
Yeah?
Now see, there are far too many plastic bags down there. Oh, big gloves, look at those. Oh, Shakespeare, I wonder where he was. And look at that, found my house keys at last.
Having gained Arthur's trust, they begin to make progress.
A bit of carpet down there, I say. I haven't seen that carpet for ages. I'm doing a grand job, yes. Yeah. I could almost burst into song. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, common. Making good use of the things that we find. Things the everyday folk leave behind. Letting anybody into your hoard is a risky business, and there were a few matters I had to discuss, and I think they paid attention, and consequently all sorts of things I might have lost have fortunately been saved, and other things that I should have lost a long time ago have in fact now been consigned to the tip, as it were.
It's clear this is too big a job for one day. Hopefully, Arthur can hang on to his newfound enthusiasm overnight.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Right, Mum.
And we've left you a little bit of washing up today.
Thanks.
You're more than welcome.
Bye, Arthur.
Hello.
Tomorrow.
After leaving Arthur alone in his flat overnight, cleaners Caz and Tee are returning to finish the job.
Hold on. The handprint on the wall.
Yeah.
There's a heart around it now.
I know.
That wasn't
No.
there yesterday.
No. Because he wants it protected.
What's that about?
That's his daughter's handprint. We'll wash around that.
Society seems to think that I have a problem and that they want to change me. Anybody got a light? I don't want to be changed. Helped, possibly, but not changed. Careful! Ooh, I see a peppermint now. Excuse me.
Don't you
I like those.
think about eating that peppermint.
What's wrong? Put it in. Oh,
No.
No, I don't.
With one final push needed to finish the clean-up,
Arthur!
neighbour Helen offers to help.
Arthur!
Yeah!
I can see your floor.
Oh, man. Well, have a minute.
Arthur, you hear me?
Ah, yes, I can hear you now.
Right, the clothes that have come out of the bathroom I'm going to put straight in a bin bag. Okay?
Is this a bin bag for the tip?
Yes.
Together, they're going to tackle the bedroom where he's been using a sleeping bag because of the lack of space.
Go in the bin. Thank you.
Oh, this is to get the fleas out of my dog.
Bin.
Bin it. Oh, I can rinse it out.
In the bin.
The bin.
Come on. Thank you.
Helen needs to join the Xtreme Team. We'd welcome Helen.
She's ruthless.
She's on point.
After 2 days of sorting, bagging and storing, Arthur's flat is finally ready for its deep clean.
Quickest way to get rid of cobwebs.
Where do you expect my spiders to live now?
You're not complaining about us getting rid of the
No.
cobwebs.
Of course not.
No, it's not, are you, Arthur?
Of course not. Never crossed my mind.
Don't wet it, because it'll just make it worse. Just take off the grease.
Hello. This will be handy. You never guess what this is. The professionals wear these. It's called a...
Apron.
Although he's a hoarder, Arthur has professional experience of cleaning.
I found myself out of work and had to get a job. And this happened to be a cleaning job with London Transport. Cleaning the London Underground. That's me, yes.
Is that you?
Of course it's me. You'd go in at about 11 p.m, a messy railway station like the Bank or wherever, and by 7 a.m. it had to be spotless. But God knows when that was taken.
Yeah.
How about the tie? Have you
Has
noticed?
look, that's Arthur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dishy, was I? I don't know.
You was dishy.
Oh, right, yeah, pity we didn't meet then.
And next time I come here, I want to see you in that, doing a bit of cleaning, keeping on top of what's been happening. I can't wait to be here later and see what the whole place is going to look like, and I think he's going to be overwhelmed.
Even Dad's smiling.
I might sit down and have a cup of tea with him, so we'll see which kettle he decides to boil it in.
For almost 20 years, Arthur's home has been buried in newspaper and jumble.
When I came, I couldn't walk into his front room.
I hope we've done enough to show him that people don't believe like how we found this place.
I used to feel embarrassed, I suppose, but then I got over that. Now I almost feel proud.
Where once the oven was caked in grime, now there's almost shine. The bed that was hidden away is somewhere for Arthur to sleep again. And the lounge that was a fire hazard is safe to live in once more. To show his gratitude for the transformation, Arthur has had a cake made.
I know you keep asking me how I feel. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. So I thought I'd show you how I feel. Thank you for all your work.
Let's have a look.
Have a slice if you want.
Thank you for
It should
all
be all
your
right.
hard work.
I didn't make it, you see.
Oh, oh,
That was totally unexpected, his reaction, because you can see that he's a joker. So for him to become emotional, that's really touched me.
you're crying.
I know. I'm a sentimental old fool. There we go.
We're definitely going to come back in 6 months' time, see how he's getting on.
I have a feeling in my water that the future's looking bright.